Hi everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot. Thank you for joining me again. And I'm sending you lots of love and hugs as always. So today we're going to do today I'm going to do for Cruzy. Hi Cruzy, I love your comments. She's wanting to know what Stephen Miller might be up to. She thinks that when he's quiet, things might not be so safe or so good. I tend to agree. So anyway, let me drop the camera down and take a short little peek into whatever's going on with his world. I'll look at his actions. I think his actions only, maybe his actions and his future. Okay, because I've read on him before. That's in my library if you want to look for it. So yeah, I think I did. Right, I remember I did a karmic reading on him. Yikes. So, okay, let me drop the camera down. I'll stop blabbing and get this reading going. Okay. Okay, so I decided to use the deck of characters. If you want to buy it yourself, because it's such an awesome deck, this is where you get it. But you have to click through into where it says Stockist and then scroll down, and you can only get it from this one place in the UK, which is called Boss Magic. But anyway, what I'm going to do with this reading with Stephen Miller, I'm going to do the characters, the places, and the tools. I'm going to do it separate, 7 cards for each one. Oops, I forgot I already did shuffle. Okay, so I want to know what he's doing and who's he doing it with. Like, what's going on with this guy? Because he's probably one of the most racist people on the planet. Okay, so what is he doing? 1, 2, 3, and who's he doing it with? 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, of course. Nothing surprising there, right? Okay, and then let me set these up here. Now I'm going to look at, and I did already shuffle these, the places he's hanging out with people in, and the places they're inhabiting. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Demon in the dark cave, huh? All right, and then this next category, because the way this deck is broken up is into 3 categories. So you can mix the cards all together. Oops, forgot I did shuffle those already. But the tools, what tools will these people be using? He hangs out with the darkest of the dark. Okay. And then, depending on what comes through, I might do a Kipper reading or something and look at his future. But let's see. Because legally, man, the karma has to catch up with you, right? Whoa. Oops. Oh, wait, that should be fine. There's plenty of room over here. I could see correctly in my viewfinder here. Wow. I know he had a baby. They had a baby a while back. The last time I read on him was, I'm going to guess it was over 6 months ago. Took me a long time to read on that guy because he's so dark, even though he's just a little twerp. Oh. Okay, so maybe I don't need to use a Kipper because we've got some information right here. Wow. All right. And you guys, if I forget to say it, I always want to remember to say it. if you have any comments about what you see with these cards, because we're talking, these are universal images and words, feel free to drop in what you get. I never mind another person's take. I mean, I really appreciate all the extra set of eyes and souls and hearts and spirits and everything commenting. Okay, so opening the reading here. So remember, this row is characters. This row is places, and then this row is tools. So opening the reading, I think this is him. This may be his new baby in his life. Maybe what he's doing is reading to his baby once in a while. I hope it's something good, rather than something out of, like, Putin's playbook or Hitler's Mein Kampf, or whatever you call it, Mein Kampf. I forget how you pronounce that. I think it's Mein Kampf. But anyway, he's hanging out. I mean, let's just go ahead and go across, because these are the people. So him, it could be his child, because he's got to be spending some time with this kid. Also, this could be his, he and his, like, demonic friends that are always looking for the little miracles and nuggets of, like, words that they can create, that they can string together. Maybe they're always looking for their muse to string together things that are harmful, things that hurt other people. But he's in this weird realm of where he's in fantasy land, and he may actually be, because we've got some commonality here. He may actually be needing to repair his relationship with the mother of his baby, which would also mirror his own relationship with his own mother, because, this is who the guy really is. I mean, not deep down in the core of who he is. This is the overlay, that he's aligned with the dark forces, because, he has this racist agenda. He's racist, and that's what he does. So he's nurturing. He's literally nurturing the dark forces. This is what he's doing. This row up here is his actions. And this, like trying to fix something. He's in fantasy land where he's trying to fix something. Probably, like I said, with his wife, and it does mirror the relationship with his mother, but also he's nurturing the dark forces. And this problem here, I'm sure, is coming up with his child, with his baby. Maybe the baby's around 1 or so now. I don't know. Or maybe older. I forget. But, in between, baby and toddler we're dealing with. I mean, that's what he's dealing with. Yeah, and his words, so I'm mirroring these cards, so these two mirror. Now I'm in this set here where he has this fantasy land that he lives in, and then he speaks words to try and put it out there, because that's who he thinks. I mean, he thinks that people really want to listen to him. Where does he go? Fox News, probably, right? I don't know. I never watch Fox, so I never know. But Chrissy says he hasn't been out much, so that's why she was wondering, why is he being so quiet, right? But anyway, here's the theme here, is he's hanging out. This probably has to do with COVID and him in this, like, fantasy land of where he can just grift more, because he's in the swamp creature land, and he's trying to grow even more of that. He's in this fantasy, so I'm knighting is in this fantasy world of, now this can be a good card if you're doing a personal reading for yourself or something. This can be like believing in the magic and all that, but this is not this guy. This is fantasy land for him. And he's trying to, he's already planted seeds in the swamp with all the swamp creatures. This is where they're hanging out with his club of swamp creatures. And they have planted some seeds, so things are sprouting. Things are sprouting. So, reading the four corners here, there's seduction into the dark realms, which is where he inhabits, and it's especially bumping up against his relationship with women. This could be the divine feminine on the planet, or the feminine nature on the planet. Of course he has problems with the feminine. Any person that's racist has problems with the feminine, with Mother Earth, with anything that has to do with loving and protecting others and caring about others as much as you care about yourself. Yeah, he doesn't care about anybody else. And so he's stewing in this cauldron of negativity. Interesting. He's seduced by the dark forces with this racist agenda where he has issues with the feminine, and he just sits and stews in that. That's his life. That's what he's up to. Okay, so the places he's inhabiting with these people, of course, this dark cave of his good old boys club that is just completely full of obstacles, and they are, of course, a bunch of swamp creatures stuck in a hole of their own, self-created prison, and then they like to try and escape. Because it's too hard to stay in that darkness for too long, They always want to travel and escape, and they avoid their own darkness. They don't go inside to heal anything. Instead, they're just constantly speaking words to harm others. So he goes in and out of his cave, hanging out with his kid and his wife, and then they travel. But it's within this self-created good old boys club prison type of thing, and it's just blockage. Main thing here is he's in with all the swamp creatures. Probably still hangs out with Trump if Trump will hang out with them. I doubt Trump wants to hang out with them unless Trump thinks that he's capable of giving him something to help him more with the grift. But we don't have the thief card here. I don't see that he's doing that. But he's hanging out with the swamp creatures who are also really dark and demonic like him. Now, the tools that he's using is, like I said, the powers of seduction in the dark realm, and sitting back and being, sitting back probably doing nothing. So he goes in and out of this negative cave, says these awful things about other people, and then they travel once in a while, and then he just hangs out and does nothing. But what's growing in his guts? And maybe he does get on a treadmill once in a while, but there's rocks on the treadmill, so what's up with that? And this repairman, I don't know, does he have a broken tread? This can be the grind, right, of trying to plant new sprouts. But the treadmill, the Grim Reaper, the demon, yeah, that's no fun. Can you imagine being locked in that? Just look at this right here. This diagonal on this treadmill of your own self-created prison, and then where's mom? where's my mama? You know, kind of thing, because he's lost. He's just totally lost. Wow. The jail cell, the self-created prison in this point, in this reading is what I'm feeling, has to do with the fact that he's just dead inside. I mean, he's dead inside. He's got to get into the truth of who he really is and, you know, and heal. But I don't think that's going to happen in this lifetime. He looks the way he looks because he's a reincarnation of maybe Joseph Goebbels. And that is how you pronounce Goebbels' name. But it's, you spell it G-E-O, I think. G-E-O-B. B-B-L-E-S, something like that. Or B-E-L, I forget. But anyway, it looks like Goebbels, but it's, you pronounce it like gerbils. It's Goebbels. There's an R. I mean, it says the R pronunciation. So anyway, this good old boys club doesn't care about anyone else that has COVID. He travels probably somehow but this is also avoiding. This is what it is. I don't really know if he travels that much, but what he does do is he avoids, he goes into fantasy land around, and it's a big obstacle, but he's in this like fantasy land with all these like hidden enemies of people who are just in this good old boys club, and they're this cave of darkness, of course. So he avoids nurturing himself. He avoids healing his relationship with his mother. I'm sure he's having problems with his wife, and yeah, he's just avoiding. He's just avoiding, and it's in a vicious circle on this treadmill because of that. Because otherwise he wouldn't be stuck here, and there wouldn't be a hole. He's in this grind, in this hole of this swamp. And then just looking at this diagonal here, he's in this grind of trying to come up with some clever words to speak to the swamp and whatever. But I don't know that anybody really, unless he has something for someone to give them, to offer, you know, these dark people in this club, I don't know that they even really listen to him or care about him or whatever. I mean, just look at the guy. Who'd want to hang out with that? He looks like this, right? I mean, he looks like he's dead inside, and he looks like he would just kill somebody and not even care. It's awful. He's So the Grim Reaper has him by the guts. Wow. And he's on this treadmill, and there's something growing inside of him that's swampy. Wow. And then he lays around. This could be drinks. It could be that he drinks and lays around, and his guts are fermenting. Yeah, because look at, you know what I mean, right? Wow. The baby angel knighting to the love potion could be something new that's growing in his guts. Wow. So he's like a lump of a rock on a lounge chair, stewing in a cauldron of alcohol. And then maybe he has problems with his stomach, I would think. Absolutely. And then he's on this treadmill, this vicious circle of a health issue. So he has health issues, and he's not that old. I don't even know if the guy's 40 yet. Ooh. Should look and see if I can find his astrology, his birth data. But I don't know, you guys let me know if there's enough of you that's even interested in that, to look at his natal chart and his transits, see what's coming up. I do think I will use Kipper. So give me a moment while I get that together. And for, let's see. Yeah, I'll use this deck here. Okay. So let's look at his future. What is Stephen Miller's future? From September 21st, 2021. What is his future? Okay, right there. So I'll do the same thing. I'll do 21 cards. Okay, now bear with me while I get them laid out here. Ooh, yeah, he's depressed. He's mulling over things. There's his mom. Wow. And there's his little one. Interesting. Yeah, so there is the travel. You know, I was feeling that when with those other cards. Remember, because with this row we had the what do you call the club, and then travel was over here. Whoa, that's not good. I was feeling like, you know, he might be one of those guys that has the perks of traveling on other people's private jets. If he, this would be somebody else that would probably supply the private jets. Whoa. Whoa, I had no idea. Okay, so yeah, this guy, oh, I have to move these up. Oh, I'm so sorry. This guy he's in for something, because that jail cell card in that other reading, look at it, here we are again. Oh shoot, these don't all fit. Hold on, I have to bring the camera up just a smidge. Okay, there we go. Almost have it there. Here. Always forget these cards are just about the same size as tarot cards. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to show, it's this deck right here by Chiro Marchetti. Okay, here's the rest of the cards here. Wow, look at this line. Okay. I don't know if he'll end up in that much poverty, but you know, if you go away to prison, that doesn't help. Unless you've got some hidden stash and you're one of those guys that takes a little jaunt into Club Fed. Okay, I hope that helps with the closed captioning there. All right, so let's dive in. So, opening up the reading, he's depressed. He's really concerned. This could be his mother's really concerned for him, especially being being a grandma. And I don't even know if his mother's even on the planet. But if this isn't his mother, then it would be some other older, supportive, woman. But because this false person card is right here, whoever this person is dishonest. And could even be like a type of an enemy. There's some deception here. So this woman could be somebody that he's depressed about, actually. So I don't know if it's his mother, or this could be another investor that he was successful with before, or somebody who supported him. But whoever she is, she's not honest. This is not his wife. The wife would be this, number 2 card. And she didn't show up here at all. And his card didn't come through either. But we have these other players. So this is really interesting. Because she's not honest, whoever this supposedly supportive person. But, that's the kind of relationships a guy like him would have, right? Okay, so the 4 corners here shows he's in his future. He has meetings coming together. This could be presently as well. Meetings coming together, but then he's still depressed underneath. This is the courtship card as connections, get-togethers. It can be teamwork as well, too. It's also a card of clubs. So this club full of, depressed people who are pessimistic and just down, discouraged type of and maybe even, because this card can have to do with vagueness, so this could be that he has meetups with people, and especially some older mature woman that used to be very supportive, but now the relationship is vague, and it has him in the place of stress, major stress and worry. This is also a card of hangovers and self-destruction, lots of sleepless nights, insomnia. Yeah, this is my tortured with worry and stress card. That's what I've assigned it as. The best I could come up with it, or come up with for it. So, yeah, wow. Okay, so the rest of the 4 corners, we have him moving this way. So a long journey, takes a long time, and it's going to end in some level of poverty for him. And if it's not just inner poverty, it's outright, outer poverty as well. Wow. Wowee. Okay, so the theme running through here has to do with something new. I don't know that it has to do with his child, but it could be. I don't think so. I really feel it's more like something new and something small within his club of people who are supposed to have some type of honor, but really it's just a reputation for grifting, for bribery, for bringing money in without having to work for it. With this diagonal here. But again, with this theme, this could be, if it's not a person, this would be his ambition, his future. Like maybe there's some new ambition coming through in the future that also has to do with a man of wealth who could help him out. It could very well be Donald Trump to him, because notice how it knights up here to the card, which is usually like a big payout and big winning, but it's also the card of casinos, and this is definitely, like these 2 cards here could definitely be Trump. And Trump is definitely the deceiver, the liar, the grifter. That's what this is all about, probably. But notice how it knights here to imprisonment. And there's that possibility of some type of at least house arrest for Trump. And the Lover's card in this situation, and especially with all of these cards surrounding, this tells me this is just somebody he was in bed with as a partnership. It doesn't have to be in love at all. It has to do with loyalty. It has to do with success, because you're loyal, but it's also like somebody that you're successful with. Well, these cards, this card ruins this card, and the false person card, knighting down here, ruins this card. And that's their reputation. Their reputation, his reputation for deceit, dishonesty, and, you know, basically the swamp. Donald Trump's swamp. Okay, so there could be some type of offering, bribe, gift from whoever this woman is, but she's not in it for him. I mean, it's all for herself. And yeah, especially with these two, and I don't know who this person is, but there's that. His despair, his torture, you know, for the stressed out, anxiety-ridden life that he is inhabiting already. He's already, these two cards are major depression, these two together. And with these two bookends here, it's going to go on for a long time. And probably because he's going to be locked up. So if he's not locked up, it's some restriction. Some major restriction around money, around his ambition, around his career. This is a career card, ambition. It's sometimes the card of financial news, so this could be new financial news that is hanging over Donald John Trump that restricts him, and maybe he gets locked up. But of course he wants to try and hightail it and get out, right? But if this is just about Trump, but I wasn't reading on him, but you get all these people cards in the Kipper, so this I'm positive this is Trump. Subpoenas, the bad news of the tax documents that the assets that are going to be seized, restrictions here. This is all Trump, I feel like. And that's, who else is he going to hitch his wagon? Who else is Stephen Miller going to hitch his wagon to after all that goes down? Now, because you can read on two different levels or more, layers, this could be Stephen Miller. And these cards could be saying why he gets locked up for a long time, 2 years or more, right? 2 years or more. And it does cause to have the poverty card and the gift card up here shows us why. It's the bribery and it's the gifts that causes the poverty for him in the long run. Now, if we were to look at this as like, moving forward in time and just look at these columns, we could say depression and sleepless nights, all of that is happening, and the people he meets with, it doesn't help. This is his club that he's involved with that causes, because all of these cards way down on this bottom row. So, oh my God, it's like his depression and sleepless nights have to do with the club of people that he's associated with. And then this woman that he used to be able to grift from or get money from or donations from, somehow, whatever, I don't think that's going to go well in the future, because there's major deception around his achievements, around his career, his public reputation. He's going to be seen as a deceiver. And whoever this person is here, now again, this is not his wife. This could be a sister. This could be somebody his own age or a little even younger. Both of these two people here, they're involved as well. So I don't know who this is, but she's involved as well. Okay, and then further into the future, like I said, yeah, this feels to me like Donald Trump. And this, who knows, maybe this is Don Jr. or Eric or whatever. Maybe this is, Ivanka. Because they're all tied up together. And then moving forward, there's some money that comes in that's actually quite a bit. And yeah, he kind of worked hard for it by, through his grifting and lying and his just darkness, racist darkness that probably brought in some money somehow, because they feed on fear and hate. Hate's down in the bottom and the fear's on top, because in any human soul, whether you're conscious of it or not, when we hate, we're afraid of the future, because we know we're going to be caught at some point for our hatred until we heal it. So fear and hate go together. There's healthy fear, like if you see a car driving really fast, you're not going to run in front of it. That's totally different. That's not what I'm talking about. But this kind of fear that a person lives in is because they're afraid of being discovered. And yeah, he will be. And it's because of the money. There's going to be some subpoena or some document that is delivered to him. And it's going to be all about this, and it's going to cause this imprisonment and then this change that moves into poverty for a very long time. This soul journey, here. Wow. Whew. Okay. Well, that's all I have for this guy. Man. And I have to say, this will be the hardest person in the world that I could, in fact, I can't, and I'm not even going to try. As a human, I cannot send any love to this person and pray for his soul. I'm going to leave that up to the universe to sort this out. And I know the darkness hates light, so if we send light, it's gonna hurt him. But I would never do something like that just to hurt somebody. So I'm just gonna leave this up to the universe, because I can't stand this guy, and I don't want to engage in this anymore. So I'm going to end this reading. You guys, send me prayers for this. I'm going to go take a shower, okay? No. Not because of this, but because I do need a shower anyway. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to stop talking. Thanks, you guys. Bye.